You are first. Oh, don't look at that. I'm trying to fucking get my thing to let me go live. Cause it needs to check my age, which is annoying. So we'll see how long that fucking takes. I just submit a picture and everything. So if it takes too long, then we'll just hop on one of my other accounts. But at least I can come on here and smoke a bowl. But welcome in. See if it'll let me. Age confirmation under review. I think I can still go live. No, it still won't let me. Okay, well, I gotta wait for a little bit. Let's see. If it happens while I'm smoking a bowl, then fine. Then if not, we'll go back to my account.
You're so beautiful, Spudge. I love you. I love you. You're just so cute.
She's just down here staring at me. You wanna come up here? Show the people what you're made of. Come here. Come. You got it. Good job. Wee. Oh, my little Spudgy girl. What do you think, huh? Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. I know. Hi. I know you guys are hungry, okay? I'm aware. I'll give you guys food when I give you the food. Love you. Okay. I wanted to smoke a bowl. You gotta get down. Wee. Yes, I love you, Odin. Clam chowder. Welcome back, dog pile, right? I know. Hey, guys, be nice, please. Don't do this. Beef. Hey. Your cute little waggy butt in the frame. Where the hell did that fly come from? I got it. Did I? Oh no, I guess I didn't. I thought I did. You look high as I am. Do I? I'm not high. I mean, we're about to smoke, but I'm definitely not anywhere close to high. I wish I was. Yes, hi Odin. We're gonna get you your food in a bit. In a bit, okay? Anywho, welcome in, you guys. I'm waiting for TikTok to approve my... Oh, you look happy as well. Okay, I got you. Waiting for TikTok to approve my age. So I can go live. I don't know I have to do that, so we're gonna smoke a bowl and then we'll go back live. And yeah. Oh, you know what? I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me... Ugh. Where did it go? Let me get this mix it up, the channel points up real quick. This fly literally came out of fucking nowhere, dude.
I love you.
I wish you guys could see Spudgy. She just is like staring down or staring up at me from here. Oops. Hope that didn't. If this stops, I'm sorry. I'm updating Mix It Up right now. But look it. This is. She's just staring at me the whole. This is obviously where my feet are.
You're just a cute baby. You're so cute. Are you okay? I love you.
It's okay, baby. I know you're probably hungry. I'm sorry. You'll get food in a bit. Indiana Jones in this. Okay, now we're going. He used to have a Pomeranian. She was so cute. A little white snowball. Funny enough, Odin was a little white snowball when he was a baby. And now he's all yellow and, you know, tan. But he was a white little Pommy when I first got him. I love Pommies. They're just so cute. So fluffy. So cute. So round. How are you doing? We're doing good. So I'm waiting for TikTok to verify my age because apparently it's fucking needed, I guess. But we're doing good. We're working on our goal. Rent is due tomorrow night at like midnight technically, as long as I pay it by then. But I want to pay it online, so I still haven't gotten an email back. I can get into my portal, but the portal won't let me pay, so it's not showing me the amount that I owe either. So I'm not too sure what I owe, but I'm looking forward to paying rent this month. So that's what we're doing, is we're earning rent. And today we're going to talk about depression and manifesting again. We were talking about depression before, but I feel like the main gist of like this new age spiritual shit is that like, oh, don't be depressed. You can't, no good vibes come from that. La 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 la. And I hate that lingo. Hold on. Oh. Hey, stop. It's me. Hey, I don't want to hear it. Stop. I don't want to hear it. Why can't I ever fuck around? Why are you so rude? Stop. I'm beating up a fly. Leave me alone. Jesus. Sorry. It can die under there. Nira. Oh, I bet. Ugh. Anywho's, welcome in. I'm just so sorry. Yeah, I don't even know what I was saying. But yeah. Yeah, I feel that for sure. I'm looking forward to tomorrow because I know my joints will feel good tomorrow. I just hope good things happen tonight. I don't really want to do a 24-hour stream, to be honest. I'm really tired. I'm exhausted from everything that I've been doing and trying to catch up on. But we'll see what happens. I'm waiting for TikTok to approve my ID. It's 200 at PetSmart. Okay. That's not too terrible. Whoops. Nope. I didn't want to switch my profile. God damn it. Okay, I'm gonna go back on the other account since my it's says it could take 2 days, so maybe I don't go on that account today. I don't know. Whatever. Whenever it gets approved, it'll get approved. So we'll be back on the other account and this one. I'm gonna finish smoking my bowl though. I just pray to God this month is different. I want my joints to finally be better so I can just do stuff. So I can earn more income and be finally just like stable. Okay. I'll be honest with you, I've not been in my messages. It's been one thing after another. I'm sure as you guys know, you've been watching, but I'm so excited to try Wendy's Krabby Patty menu thingy. It's gonna be a nice little treat. The cooking videos are fucking sick. The ones you sent me or my recent ones? Oh, thank you. Well, there's plenty of those to come. I made a shit ton of them all last week. After I made that video, I spent like the next days after that just making Rangoon after Rangoon after Rangoon. You just sent me memes. Oh, gotcha. Poor little Shredder. Look at him. Where's my bed? I'm sorry, Shredder. I'm sorry. If you want to buy Shredder a bed, there's a wish list for Amazon on my link tree. I did throw them out because they were from the old apartment, and I think they had mold and stuff, and roach doo-doo in them, on them. So, I tossed them just to be sure. Bubba's, damn, you're fast. You're everywhere. You're here, you're there, you're everywhere. In a good way. Welcome in, you guys, welcome in. Shredder has no bed. Yeah, look. You see? That's Shredder. They both, I had to throw the big dog's beds out. There was 2 of them. But he's laying in the corner where his bed was, because I think he wishes the bed was there. Poor Shredder. Oh, this sad frog. This is so sad. Welcome in, you guys. Hello. My other account is still being approved, I guess, for going live. So we're going to be on this one until it gets approved. But we're also on Twitch. If you want to come hang out on Twitch, come hang out with us. We are going to talk about depression. If you were a loved one. No, I'm just kidding. Odin. We're actually going to... Odin, stop. We're going to talk about... how to manifest while being depressed, because a lot of these like new age people talk about how like that's like low vibing and you got to feel this way and do this to manifest, but take it from me, you can definitely manifest while you are depressed. Yay! Thank God, right? So, I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit how I think it works, I guess, because I'm no genius. I'm still figuring it out myself. So, I'm just gonna tell you guys what I think, how it works in a way, and how to manifest while you're depressy spaghetti. And it doesn't look the same as when you're healthy and happy manifesting. So I did this then recently, then actually got the next day. Yay! I love to hear that. Ghost dies? Hell yeah. I'm gonna get 6,000 cash out tonight. Bet. Random! Hello. Welcome in. So I think a lot of people, the bummer with like the way the systematic stuff is that it's like teaching you that you have to feel just positive and happy and whatever to get your way, and that's like that toxic positivity kind of thing. You can do the green screen thing. I just go to like a website to do the thermometer thing, and then you can just plug it in as the green screen. Welcome in, you guys. Yes, we are raising money for rent, by the way. We're on Twitch right now. We're doing my podcast, but this is due tomorrow, so we need 1.5 miracles. So if you want to throw $1 or $2 towards the goal, there's a link in my bio. If not, that's okay too. Feel free to hang out because we're literally just gonna be here all night till we make this goal because I don't want to be homeless. So we're gonna raise money until we reach this goal and I can pay rent tomorrow. Hopefully, I swear to God. But come hang out with us on Twitch if you want. There's a link in my bio for that. Thank you for all the likes. And if you want to hang out with us, our goal is 35K likes. So that helps us stay on the For You page and, you know, keep the people in and whatnot. But if you want to help out with my goal, there's Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. I have an art piece that's for sale. I'm open for commissions. So you can find that in the link in my bio. Like I said, if you want to throw 50 cents, $1, whatever, $5, it all adds up, okay? I have to make this by tomorrow night. So let's, if anything, just pray for a miracle. Because I fucking need one. But thank you for the likes again. You guys are great. I feel like with manifesting, you know, they always are in this way of like, oh, you need to be vibing high. Yeah, I hate that. But truthfully, a big part of manifesting truly is getting to know like your shadow side, your demons or whatever, right? The bad things that you correlate with or the things that you hold shame to and stuff like that. Oh, that's okay. And I feel like when I was in my depressive state, right? I didn't want to be there, right? I don't think anyone who's depressed wants to be in that state. We like to think that there's like, you know, I think of it in the same way as my physical. Like there's an end game in sight, like in a good way, like things will get better, right? But you have to have that want, obviously, to get better and put those steps towards getting better to actually get better, of course. But that's where like my lean into it method is really important, right? And that's where I say you can manifest while you're depressed, while you're broke, while you're homeless, while you're all of that, because those are the exact situations that are. Oh, my art piece. It's in the link in my bio. It's in my link tree. It's just it's just an abstract piece. I learned pretty much, yeah. That's pretty much all it is. But the thing is a lot of people don't really believe that they deserve that. Like a lot of people, they can visualize it, but visualizing versus believing to your core that you really believe that you deserve to have that and you can have that is very different, though. in manic spending. Well, that's not good. Well, at least you know there's one thing there that needs to be worked on. There's a plus side there, you know? So I know you guys have heard me talk about my lean into it method, like rip the band-aid off, dive in the deep end. And it's really essentially the best way I could describe it is like sugarcoating, essentially. I don't like that because I already struggle with words and I'd rather just straight out bluntly spit it out so you get the point and then some rather than dance around it and confuse you with the words and the point, because not just me confuse people confuse me. Like I don't like when I can tell they're sugarcoating something and coming in with like I can tell they're trying to say something but they're sugarcoating it or dancing around it. I hate that, you know. I know some people are opposite, but I do not like sugarcoating at all. I don't know how many tattoos I have, honestly. Probably in the hundreds at this point. But when it comes to just life experiences in general, when I correlate it to that, I would me personally, this is just me, so you could be different. So maybe this doesn't work for you if you're different. But nonetheless, I would much rather just get to the point and learn the lesson than keep learning the lesson multiple times over and over and over and over. Right? Like, if someone's going to keep hurting my feelings, I'd rather just dip out on them and date myself, find someone new, instead of going back to them over and over and over and over and over. I don't want to do that anymore. I've done that. I don't want to do that anymore in my life, especially in regards to experiences as well. Thank you for the likes. Thank you guys so much. So that's kind of how I see it. You know, you have to hold yourself accountable in the situation that you're in, which I think when you're depressed is pretty easy. I think we're able to do that fairly easy. People don't realize that a little too easy. You're like, yeah, you don't realize how shitty I realize this is? Oh, wait, yeah, I know that. I get it. Baha, hello. Oh, god damn it. Are the things still not working? But that's where like I say, like, when you have these mental illnesses, right? They can be your superpower. So you could feel like, you know, the depression and everything is... What the hell? What? That's cool. What is this? Do you guys see anything happening on your end?
Only one thing. You forgot the pickles!
Oh, no, not you. I'm Captain Depression. Hell yeah. There, redeem.
I love you.
Okay, we're on Twitch too. Sorry. Yeah, I mean on Twitch. Yeah, we hit 1K likes. What? You guys, so today we're streaming for 24 hours, okay? We're about to hit our 12-hour point in like 2 hours. So, we're going to stream for 24 hours. I'm going to try my best to meet this goal. I really need to. I really have no choice. I don't have like a backup plan at all. Like, that's not the plan, you know? The plan is just to pay rent. So, hopefully that happens. Hopefully some miracle happens and we're able to pay rent tonight. I would love to go to bed. I don't really want to stay up all night, but if it happens, it happens. And whatever. But that's what we're doing. So if you guys want to do anything, it'd be huge to me. Ah, clam chowder. Thank you. Thank you so much. For real. That was so nice of you. If you guys just want to like the stream up as much as you can, that helps so much. I saw you on live a few hours ago, so I drop in and send some likes. Thank you. That means a lot to me, for real. It really does. We'll be on Twitch for a little bit, and then I'll have to charge my phone, and then we might come back on Twitch later tonight. I hit 20K, you just have to believe, right? Agreed. Minoy Dreg Vega, hello, welcome in. How you doing? Nice to see you over here. But, okay, back to manifesting while depressed, okay? So you guys hear me talk about, like, the lean into it method, and it's pretty much just that. Like, okay, you're depressed. What is your situation? Like, you're depressed because of why? You don't like your house, you don't like your living situation, you don't like your job, you know, get it out, like, but come into full acceptance of it. Sometimes we just complain to just keep complaining, right? Because I think habitually we like to complain. It's easier than to fix a situation, right? So you got to remember that, like, when you complain about things, it's holding that negativity in your body. So at least get it out. And if anything, make it habitual to not complain. When you find yourself wanting to complain, just hold your tongue. And if anything, the opposite. When you find yourself complaining, purposely tell yourself, okay, I'm complaining. Let me think of something positive, so that the next time you complain, thinking something positive comes more naturally. So each time you complain, like, think of something more positive, okay? It's not going to be an overnight fix, you know, when they talk about, like, oh, you just gotta change your mindset. Yes, but it's not overnight. Just know that. It takes literally brainwashing yourself, essentially. So you have to sit there and tell yourself, you know, okay, no complaining. You're welcome. uh, no complaining, and, you know, just accepting the situation for what it is, right? So I know some people will see that as the same thing, but it's not. You can point out the realities of things, like, yes, I'm in a really terrible home. I deserve better, you know. I don't eat very good food. I definitely deserve better food, you know, and phrase it in that light. So that way you can really remind yourself what you deserve, especially in the time of depression. Like I said before on Monday, you need to be your own hype man, especially when you're depressed, okay? Nobody's going to come save you. I wish I could come save you, every one of you that's depressed, but I can't. Because even then, if I came with a bowl of soup and an answer to all your problems, you may not like the answers to the problems, you know? You might want a different answer, and therefore, you're the only one who can fix those problems, right? So, oh, hold on. My phone froze. I'm depressed and manifested Hellcat. Shit didn't happen. Well, then you didn't manifest it. Oh, this sassy jazz. I love it. Anywho, sorry about that. My phone froze. I had to switch it up. Hell yeah. Welcome in, Drake Vega. I'm depressed. I read that. Trauma. Yes. I'm complaining now. I need to change my mindset and get back. Not necessarily. Like, you can complain. It's okay to complain. That's not the point of it. Complaining with the intention of just to complain is not a good way to practice anything, because that's not solution oriented. So you got to really understand, like, if you really want life to change, you have to be solution oriented. You have to really want a solution. Some people don't want a solution, believe it or not. Some people just want to complain. So you have to be real with yourself. Which one am I? You know, do I just want to complain, or do I want to fix the situation? Me personally, I've always wanted to fix. I don't want to sit here and complain. I want things to be fixed, you know. So when I talk about something, when I vent or whatever, like, it's because I need help. I need ideas, resources, whatever, you know. Oh, thank you. They're 38 millimeters. So when you are depressed, right, and say you're depressed because the situation you're in is just, it's not serving you. You don't feel like this is what you deserve and you deserve better. And in 5 years, you don't want to be in the situation. So you have to, you know, as I say, sit with yourself. You are the only one who knows your plan, okay? You can't rely on external validation as much as you want, because it is scary. It is scary. Trust me, like, every day that I make these steps to do these things that I want to do, I'm nervous. I'm nervous that it's not going to pay off. I'm nervous that it's going to be a wreck. I'm nervous that I'm going to end up homeless. Like, I shit you not. But the thing is I don't base my actions off those emotions. I don't act when those emotions are heightened, because I recognize that those emotions are temporary, and that the better emotions come once I process the negative emotions, right? And so that's the lean into it method. Let yourself feel those bad emotions. Let yourself complain. Sometimes I'll take a shower and I'll just complain. Like, I'll literally just be talking in the shower, complaining about everything. And I just see it as, Alan, hello, welcome back. Thank you for the likes, you guys. I just see it as a way of like speaking it out, getting it out of your body, frequency, energy wise, like speaking it out. But when you do that, like I said, you have to have the intention of doing something with the energy that's now in your body once that has left, right? So you could, keep ruminating over those same thoughts and let that energy be the same. Or if you're sincere about it being different, then start focusing on what could be different and making that difference, right? And that's just really how manifestation works, is getting yourself out of those little spirals. But you can't, the thing is, like I said on Monday, you can't expect people to save you, because no one knows when you're going through those spirals, right? Only you do. And of course you can call a friend when you're going through that spiral, hey, I need you, blah, blah. But the thing is I'll be honest with you, and this is going to sound harsh, a good friend doesn't do that. Because a good friend doesn't put your mental sanity at risk for the sake of their instability, right? Like, when I'm dealing with shit, I don't immediately call up any of my friends and like, hey, help me, you need to solve my problem. Now, you can do that. Like, that's great. If you have safe spaces that you can do that, that's great. But I think when you're in a healthy friendship and stuff, you're very aware that people have limits on their emotional capacity because they go through their own shit in their own life, right? So I wouldn't put that burden on my friends to be there for me whenever I'm having a mental breakdown. That's not their responsibility, So I know that sounds harsh, because we all want someone to come in and save us, and someone to validate our existence and be like, yes, you're worth me just running in and saving you. But you got to prove to others that you're worth saving. You got to do it for yourself. So that's where it's like, you got to be your hype man. You got to be your own best friend. You got to do the thing for yourself. And in that, you have to take steps, like I said on Monday, that are best for yourself. Sometimes those are going to be very uncomfortable. They're going to feel a little weird. They're going to feel not so best for yourself. And you're going to be confused. But you can't turn to external validation for what's your path. Your friends, no one's going to know, Just like they don't know all the internal battles that you go through. So that's why it's important. That doesn't mean you have to fight them alone. There's a lot of times that I come to my stream and stuff and talk about the shit that I'm going through. But once again, it's intention based. Are you wanting to fix a situation, or are you wanting to just sit and complain, right? For me, I want to get out of the situation. I want to fix it. I want to know how to, So not everybody wants help. You can't make a horse drink the water, kind of thing. So it's one of those things where it's like, okay, you got to be serious about when you are depressed, when you want a different life. And this is what I said on Monday. Even if you're not depressed, choosing happiness, it takes a lot of work. Depressed or not, it takes a lot of work to choose happiness over everything else. Okay? So don't let depression be the obstacle that's in the way, because it's not an obstacle, okay? Your depression is something to learn from. And if you want to know, I talked about like my ways of getting over depression, which is very different. It's not like your typical way, but I'm not a doctor or anything. Joe, hello. But I did do a podcast on Monday. It's on YouTube if you want to check it out, of like how I would get over depression. Like if I went through depression again, how I would treat it. And or like if it were my friend who needed help, right? So a lot of this goes back to that, but taking care of yourself and believing that you don't deserve to be depressed anymore. You deserve better. And I don't mean it to sound rude, but getting out of the victim mentality, getting out of this, oh, everything's happening to me, and in a way it will happen for you. And I know it sounds crazy when you're depressed, you're like, how is this happening for me? But sometimes in order to get what you want, you need to go through things that put things into different perspective, right? The best way I can explain it is with the eviction thing. It's made me grateful to be able to pay rent. Like, I'm so happy to be able to pay rent. I never thought I would be, but I am. So it's things like that sometimes things happen in your life to serve as a catalyst. And once you understand that it's not some dude in the sky being like, hey, fuck you, here's a situation. Because I think that's what a lot of people think it is. A lot of people don't, it's so funny because a lot of people don't believe in Christianity, but when bad things happen to them, it's like the devil. They don't believe the devil is doing it, but they really do believe God is out to get them, and God is like, fuck you, kind of thing, you know? Which is ironic because if you don't believe in the devil, then you shouldn't believe in the God doing that, right? But it's not a God. It's God in an energy wise. It's God because it's much more than us. It's bigger than us, and it's something we can't fully grasp and won't ever. So that's where they just call it God, right? And it could be a human manifestation, because if we exist as humans, then why would there not be another human manifestation of us, you know? But to say that's the ultimate creation of the God energy is a little narcissistic of us humans, right? That's where, you know, other cultures come up with the animal type gods and stuff like that. But nonetheless, got to put the blame on someone when something happens, right? But that's the thing. The thing is a lot of people think that there is blame to happen, like they're depressed because maybe they made decisions and they're in a certain place in their life and they're like, oh, I can't make right decisions. Well, you can. It's probably because you're basing your decisions off of other people's happiness, and other people aren't happy. A lot of people are not happy and they don't even know what makes them happy. So you cannot expect them to know what makes you happy, right? A lot of people are just going with the status quo because it's easier. It's already a predetermined path and they don't have to figure anything out. So the path, if you want it your way, then you have to do a little thinking. And that's where, I know it sounds crazy, but I feel like depression is a little, you're locked in that room that's in front of the path, you know, and you can't see it. It's really dark in there. It's a little scary and shit, you know. But once you know that the path is out there, then you get a little bit more brave every time to take that, and your path looks different than the other people. This shit makes you depressed for a reason. Why? Okay? And there's certain things that make you depressed versus what makes other people depressed, and that's what's determining your path, okay? And that's where it's the lean into it method and stuff like that I talk about, right? So when you discover, okay, this is the shit that's going wrong in my life, this is what I don't like, this is what I don't want to do, that's when you start recognizing your worth. And that's when you start indirectly taking accountability, because you're recognizing, oh, I want this and this and this. Well, how am I playing a role in my part now to where I don't have that, you know? So you start recognizing your worth, and accountability comes into play with that. And that's where it becomes nice, because you can blame people around you, but when you start focusing on yourself, things become more controllable, because you're like, oh shit, okay, I'm the problem to most of stuff, like 99.9% of things, so I can control that, right? You can't control everything externally, for sure, but the second you start controlling more of what's going on in here, the things get better. And when you're depressed, everybody has depression in a different way. It's a spectrum, much like any other illness, right? So that more than everything. Why would I move, Troy? Just because you can't afford it, I have to move? What? That makes no sense. Anyway, so you know, for me, what made me depressed was my joints. I knew I got depressed when my body was like really bad, sick-wise, with my joints and stuff like that. For some people, what makes them depressed is they're at a really bad job, or maybe they're in a family that is just not good for them, or maybe they're eating things that are not good for them. What drives your depression is different. It's different from person to person, and that's where it doesn't matter. No, I haven't paid my rent yet. That's where it doesn't matter, you know. It's kind of the same like my physical illness, right? Like, I could take the same pills as everyone, but it's not the same. It's not the same situation. So when you're depressed, it's different for everyone. You know, we can relate on the way of like how it treats us, right? We get tired, we want to stay in bed, we don't want to eat, maybe we eat too much. Maybe we don't want to shower, brush our teeth, you know, and that's okay. That's normal. It's not the 3rd. It's still the 2nd. But yeah, it's due at midnight on the 3rd. That's okay. Yeah, no one in their right mind wants to live in Oklahoma. There's a reason why people in Oklahoma are the way they are versus people who live in cities are the way they are, okay? Big difference. You country folk can live in the country. I'll stay in the city, and I'm okay with these prices. You don't have to be. Trust me. You're not living here, honey. Doesn't bother me that you're upset about what I pay in rent. It's always coming from guys. I don't know why. You guys are also fine usually with like 3 roommates and never washing your bathroom down and shit. Like, so I don't really care what you have to say about my rent. You don't live here. I do. And I've been living here, so I'm not sure why. I don't get the whole idea of like going on some stranger's live and being like, oh, this is your rent. Like, I don't understand that. It would never be me. So, and people are like, oh, it could never be me paying that rent. It's because you could never. Because you live in fucking Oklahoma. Duh. That's what I'm trying to fucking say. Hello, Ro. Welcome in. Trust me, I lived in Wisconsin. I know the vast difference. I was paying $800 to live in like a 2-story giant ass house. Okay, with a washer and dryer. I would 10 out of 10 prefer to live here than in fucking Wisconsin with cheap ass rent, and I know. So like when people say that, it's always someone from like Kansas or like Idaho or fucking Oklahoma. Like, sweetie, we are in 2 completely opposite types of states. I hate to break it to you. I don't think I need to break down the economics of it all and everything, so I think if you just look at it, it's pretty obvious. Anyway, so, you know, a lot of people turn to medicine to fix their depression, and it can help because some people have just imbalances, chemical imbalances, and that's where that helps, right? So, your mortgage is $1,600, okay. Yeah, and when something breaks, you have to pay for it. When something breaks here, I don't have to do shit. I don't have to do shit for shit. I just call the landlord and they do the shit. Oh, yeah, it's in. Welcome in. Why do you keep changing your name? Doesn't matter, but welcome back. So, for me, when I was going through like my apartment eviction period when I was pregnant, that's where I really wanted to sit and just like chill. You know, I just wanted to be like, okay, what the hell's going on, right? Like, sit down with myself, talk with myself, and be like, what the fuck, right? Because I didn't want to go through this, and I didn't want to be in that situation physically that I was in, and I was trying to work so hard to get out of it. And that's why, like, I'm so relieved now physically, because it's taken a while for me to get out of that physical shit. But I had to sit there and just be like, dude, what is going on? Like, what are you doing? What's this path taking you? Blah, blah, like, figure it out, you know? So that's where it's like, you got to be your own best friend. You got to be your hype man. You got to be gentle with yourself, okay? Sit down with yourself, but start asking those real questions, you know? And that's where the manifesting is going to start. That's where the prayer answering is going to start, because when they talk about like coming to God, it's really where you're at a point where you're like, okay, I got to do something, pray to something, you know? And it's really you. You are God. You are connected to God. You connect to yourself, then you connect to God, okay? Don't let these freaking spiritual age shit, whatever, confuse you. It's all about the internal world. And that's where when you're depressed, that's okay, believe it or not. Stop beating yourself up for being depressed. Like, you need less of that. Like, don't make it worse on yourself as it already is, you know? And on top of that, when you're depressed, you need a lot of sleep. Your brain is essentially sick. So get the sleep that you need. Take care of yourself in the ways that you need. Other people aren't going to get it, okay? They're healthy and normal feeling. It's much like just having the flu. You know, you're going to want to be in bed. You're going to want to be vomiting, as opposed to other people who don't have the flu. They're going to be out and about, okay? You don't worry about them. Focus on you getting better. And when you feel tired, when you feel like sleeping 10, 12 hours a day, that's not normal. Get your sleep. Prioritize your self-care. Be the number one person for yourself. Be your hype man. Be your best friend. Be gentle on yourself. Because like I said, when you're sick, physically or mentally, the last thing you need is people beating you up. And the last thing you need is you beating yourself up just for being sick. That's not going to make yourself better. So if you need it from anyone, like take it from a stranger in your phone, on your laptop or whatever, wherever I'm at, on your doodads. How's your dog? Oh, hold on. My phone's going crazy. Sorry, my phone froze. I'm sorry. How many stocks I raise funds for so I can escape my abusive roommate? What? Oh, that is your backup? Okay, I got you. That's weird. Why? Oh, okay. K-Rock, welcome back. No, I struggle saving 1,400. I don't know why I can send in less than a month. Well, you don't have to. You don't have to send money every time. You don't even have to ever send money. Need to remind you guys that if you're struggling, you don't have to send money. Okay, I would prefer that you didn't. Cause yeah, I can't fix your problem, most certainly. You know, I don't have money, hence why I do this. So I can't turn around and just fix your problem. So if you're struggling, like, don't feel like you have to send money. You guys being here, just chatting it up helps. Spudgy didn't get her surgery yet. We still have her funds sitting in my bank account, but we didn't meet the goal. We went to another vet and we scheduled it on the 9th. So hopefully we'll reach it by then. And it's a little less at this other vet, so. Yeah. Anywho, okay, so back to business. So when you're manifesting, right, manifesting is just a term for what you think, believe, it, it appears, essentially. So when you're depressed, it's not like the problem is with these new age spiritual people is that they make it seem like you have to be one certain mood, one certain whatever to be able to get what you want, and that's not true. It's someone said it before. It's like pretty much just visualizing what you want, but you have to really truly believe you deserve what you want, right? So you can visualize it, but we need 2,262 till our goal. You can visualize it all you want, but you really have to believe you deserve it, because when you believe you deserve it, you take the action steps towards it, okay? So if you think you deserve to not be depressed, if you think you deserve a better life, to be happy, etc., etc., I think you deserve it. I most certainly do think you deserve it. Damn it, that fly escaped. I thought I killed you. Yeah, so if I think you deserve it as a stranger, then you should definitely think you deserve it yourself, right? But you have to take the steps to go after it, because when someone, for the dog surgery, 1,500 left for her surgery funds. But when you start believing you deserve it, you take the appropriate steps, right? Depression is more than just, getting exercise and stuff. You have to eat the right foods. Like I said in my other video, I think has to do, lack of probiotics and stuff like that. So in my Mondays podcast, we talk about, if you were to ask me, how to get out of a depressive state, I would say incorporate some probiotics in yogurt, kimchi, not supplement form, food form. Incorporate some probiotics, incorporate more fiber from plants, not Fiber One bars or anything like that. Nothing like that. So those, to me, would be your two key things to help mitigate the bad gut bacteria that's contributing to depression, but you gotta believe that you deserve to get out of depression. I know it sounds crazy. You gotta be your own hype man. And you gotta turn inward, because depression stems from so many different reasons. You are the only one who can tell what it's from, and that's where medicine won't always help, because if it's not a dopamine kind of thing, then it's not gonna help you in that way. So when you're depressed, like I said, you gotta just really understand that this is a time when you're sick. Okay? Treat yourself like you're sick. It's not like anything's wrong with you. Nothing is broken. This is just your body is sick and you need to recover. And you need to take that time to recover and prioritize that recovery so that you can get better and be the best version of yourself, right? So when you're sick, though, it doesn't mean you can't do things. It's a little more difficult, but you can still do it, right? So I know when you're sick and depressed, it's hard to be like, yes, I deserve this, I deserve that, I deserve the good things, right? But you got to tell yourself that. You don't have to believe it right away, okay? But you can at least tell yourself, I deserve a clean home. I deserve good food. I deserve to be feeling happy. I deserve to be better. And that the way that works is it's just subconsciously rewiring your brain, because the words they carry a frequency. And this is, I'm not trying to sound woo woo. This is legitimate. You know, when people sing high and versus low, you know, those are frequencies. So your words carry frequencies as well. And there's tons of experiments throughout history of this. And that's why it's very important of how you speak to yourself, because the words carry a frequency. It's not about how you feel about them. The words look a certain way, the cymatic. So it's not about, oh, I'm just kidding. The cymatic is just still the same shape. It's still the same form. And that imprints on your internals, because, you know, we're made of water. So DBT and CBT, I don't really know what that is. But, you know, the sooner you start taking that serious, the better. Because that's where complaining will kind of stop, because you start recognizing, okay, words have, you know, they hold that energy. So I got to start speaking the good ones and different forms of therapy. Oh, okay. Nice. Hell yeah. Yeah, you got to start speaking the good ones to you. And the thing that I've learned is that a lot of the bad things that I would say to myself were actually things that people said to me. You know, they were just bad thoughts that people said to me. Cognitive behavior therapy. Oh, okay. Hell yeah. Nice. That's good to know. That's cool. So a lot of times when you are sitting alone and you start thinking bad things to yourself, oh, I'm stupid, oh, how idiotic. Pause. Hold up. Chill out. Hold on. You know, maybe ask yourself where those words came from. Where did you hear those? Because I'm guaranteeing you it came from someone else. And the thing about that is, when it comes from someone else, it's definitely projection, okay? It has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with them. Let's say it's, you know, you're calling yourself dumb because your dad called you dumb. Well, let's be honest. That's your father's job to teach you. So if your father is calling you dumb, then obviously your father is dumb, because that's his role to teach you. So projection, you know, so you got to realize when you start thinking of it like that, like, hold up. So that bully in 8th. Okay, OBS is back. Anywho, sorry about that. Hold on. Look at my ceiling. Where's my chat? There it is. Okay. Sing Gary Come Home? No. Hold on one second. Sorry, I'm blocking some people without parent consent. I don't remember what for what. But yeah, so when you guys, when you're going through these times of depressive episodes where, the bad thoughts are happening, those are the one things that you guys have to learn how to get control of. And I know that sounds crazy because I remember thinking that when I, was going through that myself, like, how do you even do that? And it's just really about recognizing, acknowledging, knowing, okay, I'm having these bad thoughts. That's as simple as it is. Just tell yourself, like, well, oh, okay, these are the bad thoughts. This right now, what's happening? These are bad thoughts. I have to think of something good. Is it fun and easy? No, because it's it's like instinctual almost to go down that spiral. I think we're taught more to go with the angry, sad feelings than anything. So it's easier to spiral than go to the upwards because we aren't taught how to go upwards, right? So once you start learning how to control these emotions and go upwards by mitigating it with positive thought, it becomes easier. Trust me, now it's habitual for myself. I rarely catch myself in bad thoughts anymore because of how habitual the good thinking is, So insight is always the first step. You can't challenge thoughts if you're not, right? And I think a lot of times people just don't want to become aware because it makes them feel like they're a bad person. But everybody has made mistakes. There's someone out there who's made worse mistakes than you and who's made a big comeback. You can too, okay? The first step is knowing better so you can do better. And until you know better, then you can't do better. So once you acknowledge, then you kind of know. Okay, like you can take a little step forward. Sometimes we regress. Sometimes we take a few steps back. But in those steps back, we learn more. And those are actually more steps forward, right? So you got to be easier on yourself when you're dealing with depression. That's the biggest thing that I talked about on Mondays. You got to be your own hype man. I say that all the time. Be your hype man. Be there for yourself. Be positive. Talk to yourself in a good way. So that way, other people's thoughts don't get to you that well. Like now, people's shit does not, I don't give a shit what people say to me, about me, I don't give a shit. Like, I never did, but I did to a little extent. Now it's even worse. Worse now. I took a dive off a cliff and I isolated myself to oblivion and still made it out alive. Hell yeah. That's badass. Also, welcome back. Don't forget to check out the link in my bio. I have a new art piece available. If you just click on it, it helps get traction and traffic out. So I would so much appreciate it. But we're going to be streaming all night. I'm going to try to be earning rent. So I hope the TikTok gods bless me with another month here. And we get this paid by tomorrow. And I would love to pay it tonight, to be honest. We still have plenty of time to make it and pay it tonight. It's due tomorrow, so we'll see. Yeah, we're doing a 24-hour stream, yeah. So in about like 2 hours, we'll hit 12-hour point. 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, we'll hit 24-hour. So hopefully we'll meet that goal tonight because I don't really want to do a 24-hour stream, to be honest. I'm really tired. But if I have to, I'll do it. You guys know I will. I gotta earn rent. It's not like I can delay that. It can't be late either, So it's really I'm praying for a miracle, hoping to God. But I shall be tapping. Thank you. I appreciate you. But yeah, these new age spiritual people, what really irritated me is when I first started my journey and I was going through eviction when I was pregnant. And all these ladies that I kept seeing, they look so rich and all fancy and stuff. And they're like, I manifested this. And I'm like, how? Like, I feel like there's truth to it, but how? Like, what do you even mean? How does one who's close to homelessness even fathom $5,000? Right? And so that's where I sat even more serious on my journey. That I wanted to prove that, okay, there's truth to this, but what is it? I wanted to know for myself, but prove also along the way, right? And so there is a lot of truth to it, but it's pseudoscience if you ask me. It is believing in God and stuff like that. There is science and quantum science involved, which you can call that God or whatever the hell you want to call it. But it's more of rewiring yourself. The lines and paths that you follow have to be redistinguished and found. Some of them aren't even, some you don't even know they exist, right? Oh, thank you. Need to make a journey to a cheaper place to rent. Nah. Maybe that life's for you, buddy boy. Always the guys. Anywho. I think, you know, the point of a lot of people who are doing, I don't want to say all of them, a lot of the people who are doing the whole, you know, you gotta vibe high kind of thing, it's usually, in my mind, I think they're doing like some scheme, pyramid scheme, kind of like buy my course kind of thing, you know. The whole point of manifesting is just simply to believe that you deserve it, right? The way I tell about this is like if someone gave you $5,000, a lot of us believe we want $5,000, right? But a lot of us would accept $5,000 if it was given to us. We'll joke around and be like, oh yeah, I'd accept it right away. But if someone actually handed you $5,000, a lot of people would have a hard time accepting that. And if that were you, then that means, I feel like you probably have a problem with this idea that, you know, you deserve large amounts of money, that you have to work for small amounts of money in order to have money or something. Yes, because rent is every month. Invest in Pokemon cards. Hell yeah. I guess I could do that, but that's not really my style. Been there. I don't like being in debt to someone. It's a stinky feeling, right? Hey, this is debt free. No problem. I just still feel like debt to someone. I could understand that. But for me, there's a line. There's a line for sure. It's different though for me, obviously, with what I do and stuff. But nonetheless, in general, it's just about what do you actually believe you deserve, right? So some people are like, oh, I want a better job. But when a better job approaches their doorstep on their feet, whatever in their email, or they see the opportunity, they won't take it because they don't really believe they can do that, right? So it goes further than just money. This stupid fucking phone keeps freezing, I swear to God. I'm about to throw it across the room. But yeah, it's just an example, really, but it goes across the board with everything, analogy-wise, right? A lot of people think money is what is keeping them from being happy. Did you ask these people, or what? Did you read this somewhere? Where did you come up with this saying? Because I think there's actually like a statistic that money would buy happiness because it creates stability. So I'm curious where you found your info from. Regardless, I don't agree with that. But like I said, depression is a spectrum. I can't answer like everything of like how to fix every problem, how to manifest every problem out of your depression, blah blah. The first step, if you have depression, is figuring out why. And I know that sounds crazy. Like, well, if I knew why, then I wouldn't be depressed. No, it's not like that. It's not like that because it's not that easy to get out of depression, right? So you got to figure out, is it job related? Is it family related? Is it maybe you're not happy with your own decisions, you know? What is it? What's going on, you know? And then when you figure out that, okay, now we kind of know like a course of action, a path, you know? Maybe you have a chemical interference. Maybe you have too much of a need for getting too much dopamine, but that's good because you're figuring that out, you know? We can find dopamine through other things, healthy things. In our modern world, unfortunately, money creates. Right. Yeah, I don't want to say it directly creates happiness, but it for sure creates stability and whatever, which creates that happiness. Security and resources, which can add. Right. Yeah, 100%. 100%. Jess, are you ready for it? Krabby? Yes! I am! Oh my god, we've been talking about it all day. Are you going to try it too? That's going to be so exciting. Oh man, I wish I had the money to buy like a whole bunch of people some a meal so we could enjoy it together on stream. That'd be so fun. If anyone in chat knows the root to their depression, please say it here. This is a safe space. Hi, Undied. Hello. Absolutely. You're going to try it too? Yes. Yes, me too. I'm excited. I'm so excited. Yeah, like for me, I know my depression was based off of my joints, you know. But that's where I learned like a lot of my depression rooted from my gut biome. So that's where like if you are depressed, I really highly recommend checking out some probiotic yogurt or just yogurt that has live cultures that's probiotics. Um, you know, getting the good bacteria in your gut so that it fights off that bad bacteria. I really swear by that. I can't swear by it fully until some of you do it. And then you're like, yeah, it helped. And I'll be like, okay, cool. But nonetheless, it could be like a dopamine fix that you're not getting on a daily basis. And maybe you need to find what hits that dopamine, what makes you happy. And maybe you don't know what makes you happy. And that's where you have to explore. You have to be willing to explore. No one's going to make you go explore these things to where you can get dopamine fixes, you know? And even then, no one's going to know what you need. It would be nice. Maybe you'll have someone. But even then, you can't wait for them to show up. Do it on your own because you can. You got this, you know? And stomach issues, I can relate to it. Just using what Britta offered me, unfortunately. Felt. Yeah, and from what I've learned, yeah, a lot of people with depression and stuff like that do suffer from pretty severe gut issues as well. So, as you guys know, I went on that whole journey through the recent year, like this last year, of healing my gut. So, from massive amounts of ibuprofen and everything. So, if I can do that, then so can you. And it really just requires you eating more probiotics in the form of food, not supplements, nothing crazy like that. Just food that heals your body and watching the amount of sugar and watching the amount of fucking energy drinks you take in. That shit's like battery acid on your stomach, dude. So be careful with what you take in. Your body's not, it's organic material. Your body is not microplastics yet, okay? So be careful with it. Biggest risk factors are genetic predispositions, adverse child, right? 100%. You have depressive episodes of schizophrenia. I don't do palm reading. Yeah, that would make sense with hormonal changes. Things change in the brain and stuff like that. I do tarot, but my tarot's in the other room. But yeah, like I said, once you got to sit down with yourself. And I know when you're depressed, that's uncomfortable. Like, I'm not saying figure out you're 100% the reason why you have depression, because everybody wishes they could have that, right? I didn't figure out for a long time that it was tied to like gut health and stuff like that. I knew it was tied to my joints, but not gut health. So all I'm saying is figure out what makes you depressed. What is it that's driving those feelings? Yeah, it's beef. And you could probably identify those right off the bat, right? It's usually very simple. It's usually, you know, work or money or something. And then you go from there. And if you need help like walking through that shit, we have people who are in the Discord that are great with responding. I've been really crappy about responding, I'm not gonna lie. But we have a whole Discord crew that's great at responding. So if you feel like you need to talk about this stuff, feel free. It's in link in my bio. I was literally so sick and tired of being depressed. I rid myself of it. That's how I feel. And you know, I say similar where like you have to get sick of your own shit. Like you have to just be sick of it. You have to want better so badly that you don't want to be that anymore. And I know that sounds crazy. I know that sounds stupid, but for those who get out of depression, they know, you know, it's because it's such a tiring feeling, and you know You can't just die, okay? We wish we could, right? But you're not going to take yourself out, and life's not fucking doing it yet. So your other option is to get better, right? And you can get better. It's just like treating your body like it's sick, like it's got the flu. That's all you have to do. And people really don't understand that, and they sit there and work themselves past exhaustion and eat crappy food, and they don't worry about the fiber and good vegetables and antimicrobial and bacterial foods that they're getting in. They don't care about any of that, and then they wonder why their brain is sick. It's because you're sick and you're making it sicker with everything you're doing, stressing it out, you know. And when I stress will definitely hurt you. When I get stressed, my joints flare more. So if my joints flare when I'm stressed, then, you know, it does something to people's bodies. I know that for a fact. I don't have a Discord, but I'm happy to share my knowledge and profession. Hell yeah. Well, feel free to share it in here then. Right there currently. I was sick and tired of feeling sick and tired. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I was there too. And that's where it's like you have to sit there and you have to just sit there with it. It's a shitty feeling, but it's temporary. It's not forever. It's like food. You can, you know, it might be disgusting, but just take a bite. Just sit with it. Understand the flavors for a minute. That's it, you know. Hi, Mimi. And when you're sitting there with it, there's a level of accountability that happens, like I said. You're sitting with it, you're recognizing it for what it is. Don't hold judgment towards it. Just let yourself feel whatever you want to feel towards it. Resentment, anger, jealousy, sadness, whatever. Just sit there and think about the situation that's making you depressed, whatever it is. It might not be situation, might not be the right word, but the factor or whatever that's making you depressed. Try to figure it out of what's driving these feelings, right? And sit with it. Just ruminate how much you fucking hate that shit. You know, sit there and talk it out. Put some music on and just sit on your bed and talk it out. Like, I don't like this situation because this, and this, and this, and this, and this. I literally do that. I do this in the shower. I will clog up my shower drain and just speak out everything that's pissing me off, upsetting me, frustrating me about a situation, and just get it out of my system, and then undo the drain, let that just wash down the drain. And then I'll do the same thing and speak the opposite things, like all the good things, all the good possibilities that could happen, and let it clog up the drain and fill up the tub with all the good things and whatnot, and spread the good energy through the shower, you know. You could do it in any form of fashion, but just sitting there and just being okay with what it is, you know. You don't have to be okay with it. You don't have to be like, yeah, that's fine. You don't have to be like that, but just letting it happen. It is what it is. And accept it for what it is. Look at it dead in its fucking eyes and see it for what it is, you know. Stop lying to yourself, because the quicker you stop lying to yourself, the easier things are to mitigate, right? So that's where it's like pull the Band-Aid off, jump off the deep end kind of thing. And when you're depressed, that's where it's kind of like your ability to see in a pessimistic way, maybe, but you're seeing shit for what it really is, okay? So lean into it. See it for what it is. Call it out. Say it. Look at it dead in his face, you know. Just say it for what it is. And then from there, that's a level of accountability and acceptance, you know. And you got to figure out where your role is in that, okay? Maybe you have poor boundaries. Maybe you're needing validation. Maybe whatever it is, you know. Maybe you need dopamine. Maybe, I don't know, maybe you need to take better care of your health and have more probiotics or something, you know. I don't have the answer. I'm not a cure. I don't know a cure for depression, but all I'm saying is you can manifest while being depressed, because like I said, it's meant to help you kind of go towards your course more, and you're seeing the things for what it is. Maybe whatever it is, you're seeing it for what it is. There's no doubt about that, and there's a superpower in that, and you can lean into it and be like, okay, it is what it is. So now what? Like literally what are your options? There's always more than one option. There's always a safe option. There's risky options, right? Me personally, I always take the risky option because they have more reward and they pay off better. Did not mean radical surrender. Just accept and change what you can. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's not going to be overnight. It's definitely not going to be. And that's what it was for me. I wanted it to be overnight, but trust me when I say it, like, even the small little 1% progress that you make overnight or in one day, it feels so good the next day. As long as you keep your head down and you're focusing on that progress, you're going to do it. You're going to make it, and no one makes it out being 100% perfect human. I don't know what the goal is, but the goal is to be better than yesterday, right? So it doesn't have to be, you're not building the fucking wall of China, okay? Cool it down a little bit. Risking me to be here again. Jake, welcome back. You have to understand most people have it rough. Right. 100%. Yeah. Literally, everybody has their own issues. That's where it's like, you gotta be out of the victim mindset and focus on your own shit for sure. Have to letting good things there, but you gotta take it with a grain of yeah, 100%. Looking back is where you came from, is where you could be. Also, big difference. Yep. And that's 100% what I say too, because I personally try to strive with my social media to show you guys all of it, the good, the bad. I don't want people to think that I have it one way. I don't care to put a fake facade on anyway. But my issues, yeah, they suck, but someone's got it worse. But even then, people are in their own perspective, and their issues suck in their own ways. Although we think, okay, Jeff Bezos is rich and he's got his own mental issues. I can't imagine how stressful that is to run a business like that, So everything has its pros and cons. And I say be grateful for what you're given, because you're given what you're given for a reason. And some people are in the midst of the bad shit in their life because the good stuff is on the other side. They just haven't figured it out. And they're too busy sitting in the storm and following the storm around and being like, oh, this storm sucks. And they don't realize that they can take themselves out of the storm. And it sounds easier than it is, but it is easy. It's more consistency and discipline. You have to want to get better. And it's not going to be like, oh, here, take a pill and you're going to get better. It's going to be, okay, I have to do the root work. There's things that have happened to me. There's things that are wrong. Not wrong with you, but just wrong internally. Like maybe they're off, maybe they're whatever, And only you can figure that out. Of course, you can talk to therapists and doctors. They can help you for sure. And I recommend doing that. I'm not saying like don't go out to doctors and stuff like that. But if you are depressed and you're sitting in this cycle of keep on being depressed, there's going to be, times where you have to really sit with yourself and ask what's going on, Am I playing a part in this? What role am I playing, things that reusable energy, water power, ocean waves. Hell yeah. But, I think the thing that's toxic about this spiritual new age community is they are pushing this idea that you have to be like 100% happy. And that's where they sell you this stupid bullshit course and whatever. But you don't have to be happy to manifest. You are literally on the path to manifesting. If you want it, then you definitely deserve it. You have to start believing you deserve it, though. Because that when it's given to you, you have to take it. And if you don't believe you deserve it, you won't take it, Like that $5,000 I told you, earlier about, you are a DBT pro intrinsically. I love it. You ever just stand out in the rain? Yes. It's nice when life is cruddy. I've been wanting to go lay on my patio when it rains. I've been waiting for it to rain again so I can go do that. Just let the rain fall down and wash away. That's a Lizzie McGuire shit thing. I don't know if anyone caught that. Anyway, but yeah, depression is hard, honestly, guys, because it comes from so many different places, and systemically, I don't want to get into that because that's I could go on for hours about how systemically that interrupts and impacts our mental processing in every single form. But, I think the one thing you have to realize is that the normal system is not going to work for you if you're trying to get out of depression. That's where like the normal system is not going to work for me when it comes to my joints and making income. Never have and never will. And the people that come in here judging me, they're probably people who can walk very normal. So literally, why would I compare myself to them? Same thing for you. If you are depressed, stop comparing yourself to people who are not depressed, who are completely able to wake up and wake up happy. Because I tell you, like right now, the way I wake up is very different than the way I used to wake up. I used to wake up, let my dogs out, maybe get something to eat, and then go right back to sleep for the whole day. Could I do that now? No, because I would be fucking miserable. I'd be like, God, get me out of bed. And that's the difference. Like, I'm not fully healthy yet, but that's the difference. And so when you're sleeping all day, just know that that's not good, but like lean into that. Your body needs it, and don't compare yourself to someone who is healthy because they won't need all that sleep. Your mind is sick. And I said on Monday how like it took me 2 years to get my mind out of this like, okay, you don't need to sleep anymore kind of thing. And I know people are like 2 years, where am I going to find time, money, whatever? You got to prioritize it because no one else is going to. If you keep letting these jobs take every second of your time, that's because you have poor boundaries and you think that your time is worth that. So find jobs that are, you know, higher pay so that you can have more time for yourself. And people be like, oh yeah, I wish. Well, you can. It's about what you believe you deserve. And you can have the same set of skills. It's all about how you write your resume. You can take that same burger flipping skills and turn that into a fucking $75,000, $100,000 resume just based on the words you choose, you know. This stupid phone.
Hey, Meefy, I know you're probably hungry, huh?
It's so funny because actually when I was really sick, when I first started Twitch, I used to, sorry guys, my phone keeps freezing. It's funny because when I first started Twitch which was like 3 years ago, I used to sit here and like try to time myself. Like, okay, I want to try to do like a 3-hour podcast because it hurt to sit then. And I was like, 3 hours is a long time to sit for me because it hurt real bad.
Hi. I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. Oh, you handsome boy.
Wait, it's not healthy to be in bed. No, being in bed is so nice though. Or is this would be? It's true. It's true. It's well, okay. No, it's healthy. If you feel called to do that, it's healthy. It's good for you. But is that when you're at functioning normal level? Is that like a normal functioning level activity? No. Most people don't want to sit in bed all day because their brains and body want to go do things, you know? Leonard's daughter's boyfriend out of the house. Oh my God. I hope you're okay, Bubba's. Well, I'm glad you're back. When I hear alarm go off, I have to go work. I'm like, no, 10 more hours in bed, please. Hey, I was talking about that the other day. Give me 1 second, guys. I was talking about that the other day on Twitch, actually, where, you know, it really took me 2 years to get out of that, like, you know, dreading going to work and, you know, panicking out of sleep and stuff like that because of alarms. It took me a long time to get out of that, and I don't miss it. I really don't. And some people thrive on that. That's okay. But for me, I really value being able to, okay, if I don't want to work today, I don't have to do anything today, you know? Luckily, what I do, I just, like, you know, they say is cliche. I don't really consider it work. When I make content, I don't really consider it work because it's fun, but it makes me money. And that's why I love it. What did you miss? Nothing much. We're talking about how to manifest when you're depressy spaghetti. So, pretty much, which is just like my lean into it method explained philosophically or something. I don't fucking know. Yeah. Nothing crazy. And we are almost to 400 of our goal. So it's going to be a long night. Maybe I should have gotten... No, I said if I wanted coffee, I was going to get McDonald's. Which maybe I'll end up doing. Because I wouldn't mind munching on some food right now. Sorry about that. Anywho, I just want to let you guys know, if you are depressed, please know that you can come into the Discord, or you can come talk to us in the chat and whatever. I'm proud of you. In a cliche way, corny way, I'm proud of you. Okay, the more I get to be older, you know, the more I recognize how detrimental depression is. It's not just a chemical imbalance. It really is stemming from your gut biome. So make sure you take care of your gut. When you're depressed, make sure you take care of your gut. Take care of yourself, because people will be so quick to diminish or minimize how sick you are. Trust me, I literally can barely walk, okay? People come in all the time telling me I'm faking it. Stop letting people determine your shit, okay? Focus on your stuff. Don't let other people impact you like that. But for real, if you are going through depression, I'm proud of you for just making it through another day, every single day, okay? And if you do feel called to go to sleep all day, do it, okay? Prioritize your self-care, because sleep is recovery, and rest helps your body heal itself, okay? That's why your body wants to do it so much. It's not because you're lazy or anything like that. It's because you're sick. When I was really sick,
You're so soft. Aw, is this diet doing so good for you guys? Is it making you guys all so soft? It's making you guys so soft? Ugh. Okay. Let me get you kissed. Let me kiss your nose. Oh, thank you. You're so cute. You're just so cute. Oh, I love you, Shredder. You're just a baby. You're just a baby.
anyway, he's so cute.
Yes.
Take care of your brain. Love your brain. Yes. Can't you cam to get more money? I mean, technically I am. Here's a dog hair in my mouth. Anyway, welcome in, you guys. We are streaming for rent, by the way. So, I gotta feed the dogs here soon, because obviously they're, as you can see. But we are streaming for rent. So if you want to donate, if you want to help me get to my goal, we have to. Oh shit! Who sent that? That was so nice. Whoever sent that, that was so nice of you. Whoever that was. Ooh, we're almost to 400. I just heard my snare go off. Yeah, with you know, with depression, it's, oh, that was you, Young Crisis. Thank you. That, okay, yeah, I think that was, yeah. Where you at? Antarctica. Thank you so much. Oh my god, that puts us so close to 400. We're getting there. We're getting there. Thank you so much. That was so nice. You guys are the best, for real. I really pray this is my last one, which, yay, thank God. I said that once before, and then we came back a few months later, but honestly, I don't think we'll be forever done not streaming for rent, but, like, hopefully, at this point, like, I will just have rent. Like, I won't, you know, like I said. Anyway. Our goal has been updated a little bit, so thank you. Young. Well, I think that was a confirmation. Yes. But yeah, if you're going through depression, you just got to remember those things, because I think the way it's like formed in society, like the way they talk about it, it's more of like, oh, take this pill and it'll fix it. But that's not the way it works. It's kind of like a physical illness where there's different things that could be the factor for it, right? And so that's the doctor's jobs to figure it out, but not all the time are they wanting to sit there and figure it out. They want to give you a pill that they think probably will work. And sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But, you know, regardless, if the pill does work, then great. But if it doesn't, then there's things in your life that you have to change and figure out why it's not working. You know, because the pill won't always work, because it's usually focused on chemical distribution, whatever the fuck. I only know that because when I when I was going through my shit, when my joints were really bad, they were trying to put me on all these things, and it didn't help me. They made me feel weird. They made me feel worse. And I knew that the bottom line of it, Spudgy, where are you? Hey, Spudge, stop. I can't handle it, okay? I cannot do it. Sorry, she's itching her paws. It's like all I hear. But when I was going through like my depressive episode and anxiety and everything, it was because of my joints. And I told my doctors that, but they would still prescribe this stuff for me. So it's like, I got a glimpse a little bit of like, okay, obviously, obviously that it's not going to fix the real reason. So I didn't know why they were prescribing this stuff for me. But it didn't help at all. So that's where I come to learn, oh, okay, so there's different types, and, you have to kind of understand where it stems from. And that way you can kind of take care of it a little better. So it could be very well chemical whatever in your body, and that's where the medicine will help. But if you're not already taking medicine, then that's when you have to sit with yourself and be like, hey, I'm depressed. I want to get better. Let me try some medicine. So yeah, I don't really know if I believe that either.
Pudgy, you're so cute. Oh my god, you're so pretty. What's up?
No, we're not done. We're not done. I'm cute, baby. Oh my god, I'm hungry. Maybe I'll drink a smoothie. Oh my god, beef. I wish you guys could see what he's doing. You can barely see. He's slamming his ass against the seat, but it's also shaking the whole desk. You can see his face popping out over here. But on the other side, he's just slamming his butt against my chair.
I need my sweater. He's a baby.
Yeah, I do believe anxiety and stuff is real. But I do believe it's more treatable than just meds. But sometimes I think that people need medicine and holistic approach. Like for myself, physically, I've been doing holistic and Western medicine. So I think sometimes both are okay. There's a balance that can be struck between the two. But, depression is probably just as tricky as rheumatoid arthritis, where it's, one thing might work for another person, another thing might work for another, and some people might need to have a really healthy diet while doing medicine. Some people might not have to have a healthy diet. It's all very dependent on the factors in their environment and genetics and everything like that, and their chemical makeups and stuff like that. So I can't give you the one size fits all kind of thing, as much as I wish I could. Absolutely, there are many ways right? Yeah, there's many ways for treating this kind of stuff. But for me, I think the best way is to kind of, like I said, like rip the Band-Aid off. And that's where, these new age spiritual people, they'll try to convince you that, oh, you need to be in a happy vibe, like whatever. It's toxic positivity in just a different form. And your best bet when you're depressed is just to lean into it, and that's how you're going to manifest things. You want something, you want to be not depressed. Okay, well, why lean into it? What, you're depressed. Okay, so be depressed. Sleep. Take care of yourself. Eat the foods that you're craving, because it's likely if you eat foods that you're craving, not the chicken nuggets and stuff, but like sometimes, like I'll crave like ramen or chicken soup. A lot of people I find when they're depressed, they're craving like chicken soup type stuff, probably because of their gut. And chicken broth, chicken stock is really good for you, and the herbs that are in it is really good for you. Onion is really good for you. So to me, I feel like whenever people are depressed, they go for kind of similar foods, it seems. And that's where you need to like eat foods that are, a little bit helpful for your tummy. And that way it can start that healing process a little bit, if anything. And now if it's like led by like schizophrenia or stuff like that, like I'm not saying this is going to cure it, but I'm just saying like the little bits of taking care of yourself is important when you're depressed, regardless, because your body is sick. There's something that needs to be taken care of. You need to prioritize rest. You need to prioritize a no stress life. And there's going to be people who's going to shit all over you for that. I have as low stress life as I can get. This rent stuff is stressful, but my joints, that's the most stress that I deal with, other than the rent company being assholes. But nonetheless, like, I really strive to have a very stress-free life because my body just can't deal with it. And some people's bodies can, but my body's been through it since I was a baby. So I don't think I can deal with much more, and I don't want to. And I don't think anybody should have to, and you don't have to. And that starts with you recognizing, like, okay, I don't want to anymore. And maybe your depression starts changing because you start taking control of your situation and changing it for what you want, kind of thing, you know? There's so many different ways that depression hits. All I'm saying is that manifesting is so possible with depression. It's like, in a funny way, like almost easier, because when you manifest with just like the light side, you don't, there's not like a sense of gratitude. There's no sense of gratitude that's the same. There's not as much depth to it. It's like, the best way in my mind that's coming to mind is like agricultural farming versus like traditional farming. Agricultural farming ruins the topsoil. You can never get roots past like 20 feet, kind of thing. Traditional farming, you have roots going so far into the soil, and that root system communicates with all the other root systems that are so deep in the soil, and it nutrients the ground, nutrients the water, etc., etc. So that's kind of what I think of it like when you're, oh, thank you for the car gate. That's so nice. I overstress has eight stomach ulcers because you learn really quickly, right? Baby food for a year that you do whatever it takes to be stressed. Literally, and I was in a similar boat. I was literally just drinking a smoothie for like 3 months straight. Nothing but a smoothie. Like, the whole stream watched me every day fucking drink this stupid smoothie. And I still drink it. But I can slowly eat little foods here and there. Finally, my joints are getting a little better. But yeah, when you start doing your manifesting work, or like when you start really going after what you want in life, right? Whatever you want to call that, prayer, manifesting, there's a bigger source at hand, and that's why it's called that, because it is you, but it's not just you that does it. But when you do it, it's almost like you're being handed, funny enough, this is going to sound so corny, but like a gift. Because you're depressed, and I know that sounds stupid, but people who aren't depressed will not go through the things that you go through and learn the things that you go through and have the ounce of wisdom that you have, because they haven't experienced the trials and tribulations that you got through. On top of that, coming out of that, a lot of people like myself, like, I hold more compassion towards people because I know what the hell they went through, you know? So you have a whole new sense of compassion towards people, and I don't want to say that makes you better than other people, but yeah, it kind of makes you better than the people who are trying to tear you down, at least, or people who are trying to be toxic positive and stuff like that, you know? So that's where, you know, when you are depressed, it's kind of almost like you get to explore the house from the basement up. Whereas when you know, are just giving dad's money and don't deal with anything, and you manifested, when life really shits on you, you won't know what to do. You won't know how to get out. You're just stuck up on the top floor kind of thing, you know. So, to me, it's really valuable to be stuck in the trenches and get your way out and learn the terrain and learn how to navigate through things. And you have more tools and repertoire and everything behind you and experience, versus these people who claim to manifest and they don't really. It's just fake. They don't have any of that. So first off, don't even bother with them. Secondly, if you ever hear someone say that you can't manifest when you're depressed, tell them they're lying. They don't know what they're talking about, because you can. Because depression is literally, even though it feels dark and stuff, it's illuminating the light on the things that are going to get you. Dakota. Oh, the thing froze my thingy. Whoa, whoa, oh, sorry. Sorry, buddy. But pretty much like the depression in a funny way, although it feels very dark and whatever, it funnily enough illuminates, sheds light on the things that I know. Sorry about that. Thank you for the galaxy, by the way, Dakota. You don't develop empathy unless you're going through it. Right. Agreed. So yeah, you know, at least when you're going through this depressive phase, does it feel great? Probably not. You know. But it's shedding light on a future path that you are going to go down. Not that it's going to be bad or anything, but like in a way it's the catalyst, you know. You're going to, whatever you're depressed about, whatever is happening, that's going to serve a purpose in your future as long as you use it as a learning thing, you know. You can't, most heroes were built off adversity, no shame, and having a hard life. Right. 100%. You can't stay in the same place and expect things around you to change. Yep. 180%. Oh my god, you guys are so annoying. Not you guys, the fucking company. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. That means a lot to me because I really just come on here to do these little podcasts for fun, for just, I don't know, I just like to talk about this stuff. So it kind of makes me feel better when people value what I'm saying, because sometimes I'm like, I hope to God I'm speaking to the right people. Spudgy, can you stop, please? Goodness. Oh, did they fix it? Okay, cool. Oh, how beautiful. Look at that. Damn. Why is it... I must have given them more than I realized. You sound like you're saying there's an ordained path. I'm not trying to brag, just validating your thoughts. No, I appreciate it a lot, for real. I'm not like... Obviously, I'm not a big influencer yet. I want to be, though, but I want to use my platform to just help people. But not in that way where it's like, oh, you can manifest anything. Like, yes, but like everybody's fucking depressed. So how? You know? Everyone's struggling. Everyone's in survival. So nobody wants to sit there and be like, Om, you know? Like, nobody wants to fucking do that. I didn't, you know? So if I can manifest through my depression and learn how to utilize it, then at least I can teach people, you know. I don't really know if it's an ordained path because free will exists, right? And you know, it's whatever's chosen for you is what you choose, you know. So, hold on, let me... So I didn't know what the amount was going to be. Okay, cool. Manifestations a lot common with... Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm learning too at this point. Like, what I really love about talking about with manifestation is that it goes across the board in so many different ways. I thought Beef was just sitting there staring at me still. I love that, you know, it's prayer, manifestation, whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it. It's all the same thing. And on top of that, oh, okay, there we go. I feel like, you know, there's just a real science to it. Not science, but like there's realness to it, right? And it's just all about the psyche and how it's all interwoven, kind of whatever. Can you pay? No. I meditate daily, and without it, I'd be total, right? I feel that. I agree. I think, yeah, when I first started like really meditating and stuff, I I was trying to manifest, and then I realized like my manifestations would come in like a year or two later. And then now I'm really good at it to where it like comes in like 3 months later or even a month later or even right away, you know? So it's kind of cool. Like once I've learned to, and even then, like it was so difficult because I had ADHD. I still do. It didn't disappear. And I still struggle with ADHD while manifesting, but that's what I want to try to teach. I was one of those people who thought, okay, like I can't meditate with ADHD. Are you kidding me? Or I can't manifest with depression. Are you kidding me? But no, you can. Those things are actually, believe it or not, like I call it like our superpower, but they're kind of there to guide us. Like it's already having that light in us to guide us towards where we need to go. And it feels awful, but it's because of the system. It's because of the systematic nature of the world that we're in. It goes against what the light is there to be for, you know? People who go after the light, that's not what the system is built for, right? So the people who are neurodivergent are the ones who usually have that light kind of thing, if you want to put it that way, you know. So pretty much, you know, once you learn how to hone down your shortcomings, as I call, you know, it's not what I call them, but I've been saying a lot how a lot of us focus on our shortcomings, and once you start, you know, recognizing that those shortcomings are meant to illuminate your path, then you don't see them so much as shortcomings, more as something that's empowering to you. And depression, you can look at it as a shortcoming, but it's meant to illuminate your path. It's meant to show you a depth of things that you can transmute and like manipulate to where you become even stronger. Because let's be honest, like the fact that you're dealing with depression and getting through it, it's kick ass. That takes some serious fucking strength. So if you can use the strength towards that kind of shit, then imagine when stuff's good, what kind of strength you can have and what you'll use it for, you know? So start focusing on those good things that can come from that. Think of this as like strength training for the mind, but make sure you get the sleep that you need, because you know when you work out, you need to recover. You need to. You're not going to build the muscle or anything if you just keep working out every day, you know, and just tearing those and never recover. You have to recover. And especially when your brain is feeling a little sick, you have to recover. You have to prioritize that for sure. Because that's literally, for me, like I said, I slept, I swear to God, for 2 years. Not 2 years straight, but like a lot of days I would wake up and boom, you know, I would need 16 hours of sleep that whole day and still sleep that night, you know. So prioritize your rest, because that's going to be so important. And especially when you're sick, because that's how you're going to become unsick. So, yeah. All manifesting is just believing you deserve something. And once you get out of this little depression rut that you're in, if you're in it right now, that's going to be like the start to your manifesting, because you're going to be like, okay, if I did that, then I can do these other things, right? And you'll try to figure out how to manifest the other stuff. And that's how it works, is that you just believe. You got to believe you deserve it. And most of the stuff that you want, you probably don't want to be depressed, right? You probably don't want to be financially struggling. All that stuff is meant to catalyst you into a way to where that won't be the case anymore. You know, we all have our struggles. We all have our path that we were put here to learn. And if we focus on other people and how great that must seem, then we're never going to get shit done, and we're going to sit in what's miserable still here because we're focusing on what's over there, right? So just focus on what your shortcomings are and what you don't like about life. Look at that. Just look at it, sit with it, accept it for what it is. You know, is what it is. It doesn't mean anything bad about you. Everybody's struggling, and I hope you guys see like me struggling. I hope that gives you like a little sense of like, I don't know, camaraderie at least, or something. Like, you know, things aren't perfect for me. I'm still working my way up. You guys are doing the same, and I see it. I see you put in the work and time. I see you're doing the thing. And while depressed, commendable as fuck. So that's where it's like, you got to give yourself a pat on the back. You're doing all of this while sick. That's where, like, me physically, I'm doing all of this shit while physically barely able to fucking do anything. I give myself a pat on the back every day for that. And you should give yourself a pat on the back for just fucking waking up and doing the day, because with the brain shit going on, brain flu, that is not easy, okay? Waking up is not easy. It's not that you just want to sleep, it's just that your body wants to sleep, too. So it's not callous or heartless to look out for yourself. 100% agreed, Brian. I agree. And it feels that way. It really does feel that way, especially if you come from traumatic background. It will feel very bizarre to take care of yourself, prioritize your health, and stuff like that. But do it anyway, okay? Because you can't be there for other people if you don't prioritize your health. But honestly, to manifest while you're depressed, just look at what's going on that you don't like first. And I know that sounds counterproductive, but that leads to a level of acceptance. JD, hello, welcome in. So that leads to you just accepting it for what it is, And then you can kind of see where your role is in that. And when you recognize your role in these parts, don't sit there and blame yourself in a way where it's like, oh, you piece of shit, like be easy on yourself, okay? We all have put ourselves in positions that are embarrassing, a little, unintegratable, compromising, whatever. We've all done it, okay? That's a process of learning. And when you learn from it, you get better. So at least when you're learning, you can make different decisions that are better, at least. Garrett, hello, welcome in. And like I said, even then, like sometimes we make decisions and we know better and we still make decisions that aren't better. And that's still part of learning. Don't beat yourself up too much. Okay, but really, when you're depressed, just think of the things that you fucking hate and lean into it in that way. Think of it and like, okay, you hate this. This sucks. This sucks. This sucks. I don't like this. I don't want this anymore to happen anymore. I'm worried about this. Get it all out. Get it all out of your system. Talk it out. Whatever way it looks, write it out. Just get the energy out of your system. And then from there, think of the exact opposite of every situation, okay? Think of the best outcome possible of everything that you just, fathomed in a negative way. Think of the best outcome possible. And then, spend the next 10 days just kind of going through that list and reading the best outcome possible of everything. Don't worry about the negatives or anything. Don't focus on that. Just be grateful for what you have and read the best outcome possible on your list, But it's really important when you're depressed and things like that to stay in the moment. Look at what you have. And it doesn't mean like, oh, well, like, I'm depressed and blah, blah, blah. Like if you're going to go eat a pack of ramen, there's people who don't even know when they're going to eat for the next 4 days, okay? At least you have a pack of ramen, at least you have a roof over your head. Even if you live in a car, you still have a roof over your head and a form of shelter, There's so much to be grateful. Even if you're homeless, okay? You're alive. Your sanity is there. And if you're listening, then at least you got a good head on your shoulders and you're headed in the right direction, okay? Like there's always something to look at in a grateful way. At least you're smart. At least you're capable. At least you've got your physical health, A lot of you can walk more better than I can. So you got that going. There's always something to be grateful for. And I don't want to diminish that in a way like where it's like, oh, you have no reason to complain. No, there's going to be shit that absolutely probably fucking sucks outrageously in your life. Complain about it, but get out of your system. Complain about it once and never touch it again and look at the positives from there. That's how I live my life. I'll complain about it, I'll get it out of my system, and then I'll move on from there. We're looking forward, we're looking up, we're going up from there. And that's kind of how I do it. It's okay to complain. It's okay to acknowledge the shit that happened and accept the realities of the situation and how shitty it is and how shitty the day was or whatever, That's part of the human experience, is just experiencing those emotions and accepting them. So when you pretend you didn't have a frustrating day or whatever, you're denying yourself essentially like the human experience, as corny as it sounds. But you're denying yourself the ability to feel these emotions where like that's a blessing in a way, because you get to feel these emotions that help you shape who you're going to be in the future, which I would like to think everyone here is fantastic and everyone's going to be even more fantasticer in the future. Read any Marcus Aurelius books on stoicism that completely changed your mindset on adversity? Okay, I'll have to check that out. I remind myself I'm not in jail eating bologna sandwich when people argue over the TV. Oof. I call emotional budgeting and give myself 20 minutes to emote. I like that. Emote. No, but that's true. Yeah, there's always like, for me, my joints suck, but I sometimes think like, oh my God, I could be paralyzed or something. You know, yeah, he's a famous Roman philosopher. Okay, I'll have to check him out. My mini library, nice. Oh, I know, baby. Hold on. But, yeah, guilty of purchasing books and never reading them. Oh no, I purchased them, but they always get read. I love you. You're so cute. Oh my goodness. But yeah, the dogs are getting antsy. I know they're hungry, so on Twitch we're gonna kind of end this. I gotta charge my phone, so they're gonna have to whine a little bit. But we're gonna end Twitch for a bit. I might pop on here in a couple hours again and just stream because we're raising money for rent. So if you want to donate, we're almost to under 2,500 goal. So it's 2427 this month. Thank God. So if I pay 2,500, that puts my account in the positives. Great. So yeah. So I gotta change this, but on Twitch it's 2,500 now. So we're almost under 2,500 now. But if you want to donate, link in my bio. Hey, stay so I can give you 20 bucks. Oh no. Well, I gotta go. My phone's dying, and I got to feed the dogs. We're gonna be on TikTok if you want to come hang out. I'll be on in a couple hours if you come hang out. Yeah, say no, Beefy. Hi. Oh. 1,000. Oh, is that $20 hairs? Yay! Is that what that looks like? I know. I'm still not used to Twitch and what their thingies are.
Oh, you're so beautiful. Hi. I know.
Oh shit! Well, thank you, JD. You're wonderful. I appreciate you. We are going to be on TikTok, so feel free to come hang out with us. I got to charge my phone for a little bit, and then we're going to feed the dogs, but we're going to be up all night raising money for rent. So thank you everyone who's contributed so far, but we'll be back on Twitch. So once my phone is charged and whatnot, but we got a few things to do. So we'll be back. We'll see you in a bit, maybe. If not, have a good night. Sleep well. I'll be on tomorrow. Gotta get back to work. I should be back on my lunch at 11. Okay, sounds good. Well, hopefully we'll see you. But yeah, we'll be back on in a few. We're gonna charge my phone. Come hang out on TikTok if you want, Twitch people. But if not, we'll see you later. I'll be on later, like I said. Or if I see you tomorrow, then I'll see you tomorrow. But if not, have a good night. I love y'all. Take care of yourselves. Toodaloo.